Well, welcome back to the lululemon Maui Pro. Great to be back here at Honolulu Bay on Maui, the second largest island here in Hawaii, and home to some of the most beautiful bays and coastline, I think, in all of the Hawaiian islands that I've been to. And we've got another big match up here. Tatiana Weston-Webb taking on Macy Callaghan, and Tatiana in the early stages taking a wave late and not finding a way to the open face.
All her eggs were in that basket, and she just produced a clutch performance.
Really solid stuff. Macy Callaghan up at the moment, outside the top 10 at this stage, but wow, leans hard on that frontside carve. Had a victory earlier today in the seeding round, but it was a shaky performance, wasn't her best.
Tricky, and watch Macy on this wave. Tati gets a front row seat as she sees her glide down the line, looking for that open face, starts to dig in on that rail. You know, she was mentioning in her interview that she really stays on similar equipment. She doesn't like riding something too long. I think she's on about, you know, a 5'11", 6'0", somewhere in that range. So Macy not going to that step-up equipment, maybe keeping that foam in that mayhem and just distributing it in a different fashion, but beautiful couple of cuts on this wave. I think we're going to see Macy do her best surfing of the season at this event. She was actually the last goofy footer to win.
That's right. Well, when you look at who has been claiming the titles since then, you can see why the goofy footers haven't had a victory in a while, but that could change this year. Tatiana Weston-Webb would love to win that final event of the season.
Biggest scores of the day today actually belong to two goofy footers. We had Bronte getting 8s. We had Caroline Marks locking in solid scores.
Well, she only needs a 4.51 to get into the lead here. What did you make of this ride?
Well, she bides her time on the bottom, just waiting for that steeper face, steeper section, makes connection with it there. So such an interesting wave, because it didn't really, you know, it didn't kind of pull the sheets tight, as Strada would say, with that face. That pocket wasn't particularly clean, but Tati made the most of these sections. Love that bottom turn where she just swings those shoulders and really rotates off the hips, stays low, braces herself for impact as she makes that maneuver and rides out of it.
Well, despite the fact that Tatiana got some decent turns done there, you've got to take into consideration the size of that wave as well. Well, on the outside, have a look at this thing. Macy on a good-looking wall, drives off the bottom. There's that steeper section. Hangs on that rail for a moment, taking her time with this one. Now digs into a big wrap, takes it right back to the bowl. Just dances over the foam ball there for a moment. Almost seemed to sort of disengaged with the wave for a moment, reconnected with that big frontside turn, but wasn't as busy on that ride as her first 5-point ride.
Adds her time on the bottom, looking for the lip, potentially could have got more critical on that first maneuver, and then it kind of pushes her out on the open face. It would have been fun to see Macy kind of drop back into that wave and get more critical on that section as it got steep.
Just felt like there could have been 3 big turns on the outside.
I mean, when you're thinking, almost disengages there, but when you think about what Sally was doing in the previous heat and the way she was timing maneuvers where you come from behind on this wave, this is away from Tatiana during that interview. She starts to wind up so bumpy on this face, though. Interesting wave choice for Tatiana, but the surfing she's doing looks beautiful. That hook right there just shows you the radius that she can get on her backhand.
Well, the wave really let her down at the end there, didn't she? Didn't it? Because I thought she really ripped into those turns quite nicely.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that the surfing that Tati's doing is really impeccable. It's just that wave choice.
And get in there and get your Christmas shopping done. Out there in the lineup at the moment. 15.5 minutes to go. Macy Callaghan on a beautiful looking wall. Driving off the bottom, into the pocket. Big jam there. Love this camera angle. Macy drawing out those rail turns once again. Committing to take this one right through to the inside. And can she finish with a bang here? Lining it up. Big hook. And again, driving out onto that open face. A lot of work done on this ride. It tapered off beautifully. Wrapped right into the bowl there, Rosie, provided plenty of scoring opportunity.
The ruler edge on this one. Tati wanted it for obvious reasons. It was an absolute peach. Looking down the line, I mean, Macy's really trying to place her maneuvers, and you can get caught up with that thinking out here at Honolulu, is looking down the line and just racing too early to that shoulder section. I mean, was there opportunity to get straight down on the bottom, do a bottom turn, and get up into the lip on that first choice? But yeah, clean, wrapping, beautiful surf.
There's going to be some pressure applied. Still plenty of time on the clock. Ronnie Blakey with Rosie Hodge, and Rosie, that view never gets old. Looking down on this incredible wave. Tatiana now with an opportunity. Good looking wall standing up for her here. She's been doing some great surfing. This is the best section she's faced. Nice backhand jam there. Very critical stuff. And almost gets the nose out of the water and rides out of that turn. Had to get there a little earlier though. Plenty of flow and a lot of work done. And Tatiana potentially with just 2 maneuvers could have eclipsed that, but unsuccessful on this second effort.
Yeah, but watch Tati as she just digs in. It's beautiful to see these backhand surfers, just the way that they have their back to that wall. They can really delay that bottom turn and time their meeting of the lip, and Tati does it so well there. Eyes down the line. She knows that section is making its way towards her. She's really got to react quite quickly to the section as it looms on her. She tries to throw all of her weight and all of her effort into that lip, gets her head over the stringer, pokes the nose, and she goes down. There's a lot of force. That's an awkward fall as she tries to penetrate through. Macy's doing some great surfing at the moment.
Up once again now. Trying to improve her situation, trying to get rid of a 5 now. That wave's not going to do it. Just over 11 and a half minutes to go. You know what they're capable of.
Yeah, it's a belief. It's a support system for sure.
Tatiana taking off now, chasing down that lead. Needs a 6.04 and a positive start here from the young goofy footer. Good looking wave, really clean. One of the cleaner waves that we've seen today. Nice flow. She's celebrating already. Pumps those fists. It's still going to be a close finish to this heat.
Entry into a wave and getting that speed and that slingshot as you come around the section, eyeing off that lip. Tati digs in. Watch her eye line. She's always looking into that next maneuver, really committing to one maneuver at a time. And as she comes out, she's looking for that next section to belt. Tati on the hunt for the 6.04. She likes it. I think there's definite potential to see her clinch that number. One of the cleaner, more critical waves that we've seen from Tati. Beautiful bottom turn technique too. She gets super low, touches the wall of that water as she makes it around, really rotates around those shoulders.
Macy had the rhythm, didn't she? She was getting herself on those better waves, and Tati was looking a lot, and it was only a matter of time before she found a wave that really offered her a couple of opportunities to attack the lip. Macy, though, up at the moment. This wave bowling out, drives around the section. Was there a barrel on offer there? Tatiana moving down the line, potentially going to swing into another one here, trying to get rid of a 5.3 to add some more pressure to Macy. Little turn there. She's going to opt out of this one, so a smart wave selection choice there from Macy Callaghan. Still waiting for her best opportunity to drop a 6.31 here in the final stages. Callaghan setting up. Has priority. Trying to paddle into this one. Gets to her feet in time. This will be a last shot at it. Needs a 6.31. It's going to need some big turns on the inside here. Lines it up. Drives into the section. Critical turn, but she gets swatted. To be Tatiana Weston-Webb winning through in the second heat of the round of 16 here. Macy Callaghan will be back in 2020, keeping her spot on the championship tour via the qualifying series.